exploring the art of visual narrative in digital media. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining this presentation. Today, we'll explore the intersection between my mouse. Today, we'll explore the intersection between comics, film, video games, and e-learning.
Okay,
Very good.
very nice. I love comics.
Video games.
Yeah.
We start with the narrative techniques. These are the tools and strategies used by storytellers to effectively convey a story. This may include techniques such as first-person narration, the use of flashbacks, narrative point of view, tone, and writing style, among others. Narrative techniques, no, story structures. These are the patterns and organizational formats used to construct a coherent and meaningful story. This may include classic narrative structures such as the hero's journey, the three-act structure, linear or non-linear structure, and other ways of organizing events and narrative elements in a story. Character design. This is the process of creating and developing character for a story. It involves designing aspects such as physical appearance, personality, character traits, motivation, character arc, and relationship with other characters. Good character design helps create memorable and realistic characters that connect with the audience. Plot development. This refers to the process of building and progressing the plot of a story over time. It involves introducing conflict, creating tension, and resolving problems as the story develops. Plot development is essential for maintaining audience interest and taking them through a satisfying emotional and narrative journey. The relationship between film and comics is evident in their shared narrative and visual techniques. Each, each frame plays a crucial role in storytelling. Both mediums use framing and composition to combine emotion and narratives. Exploring these framing techniques helps us understand how they establish atmospheres and focus.
Mm.
Description of the shot. Do you know this guy?
Mm.
Yes, he's a very famous guy. a Mexican
Yes,
actor.
I don't know
yes,
Diego
him.
Luna,
a
no?
good
Diego
actor,
Luna.
Diego
Yeah,
Luna.
yeah,
Diego
yeah.
I
Luna.
don't know
Okay.
him.
No,
No?
we don't know.
Ah,
He's the
yeah.
protagonist of the series Casey and
Star
Andor.
Wars.
Andors.
Andor,
This is
yeah, Andor.
the
Yeah,
Casey and Andors.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Long shot capture a broad field of view, often showing the relationship between characters and their surroundings.
Mm.
Wide shot, similar to long shot but with more detail. It shows an extensive area and helps establish settings. Full shot, show the character entirely from head to toe. It's useful for displaying the character, posture, and general attitude. American shot frames the character from the knees up, commonly used in Western films where it used to show character wielding weapons. Medium shot frames the character from the waist up, ideal for focusing on character interaction or highlighting facial expressions. Medium close-up shows the character from the chest up, useful for highlighting action or dialogue between characters. Close-up focus entirely on the face of a character or on a specific object, used to highlight intense emotion or important details. Extreme close-up or detail shot focused on a specific object of or part of the scene, useful for focusing on important details that may go unnoticed in the other shot.
Okay.
Mhm. This works for video and for pictures to take photography.
Excuse me again, please.
Um, everything this about long shot, medium shot, everything that works for videos and for photography too.
It's for comics book, it's for film. It's a technique very useful for tell story.
Okay. This
It's
techniques is
the
in
more common
photography
techniques.
igual.
The same.
The photography, no, not the use, no, it's not storytelling. It's a single
More than.
picture.
Oh yes. Yeah,
But the
yeah. I
storytelling
understand.
is like a comic or film
Yeah, yeah.
or eLearning too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a detail. This is a proportion. It's like let me show you something. Uh, you know, for example, this is a big shot. This is
Mm.
Medium.
long shot.
Long shot.
This is
Okay.
entire body. This is a close-up, middle close-up, and
Mhm.
again, this is an entire body. It's an example. Other example, the environment, long shot, middle shot. This is the high angle view. Another. Let's see. Well, this is a general plane
Don't say.
or long shot. This is a middle close up. This is a detail close up or extreme close up. They're the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, it's really interesting.
Again, the environment is the first shot is more general and later is more detailed, you know?
Yes.
Mhm.
This is the technique. The general planes and more close up.
Mm. Thank you for showing us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
This is an angle shot
Oh.
captured from elevated position downward, which can give a feeling of vulnerability or inferiority to the character.
Okay.
This is a low angle shot taken
Mm.
from a low position upward, which can make characters appear more powerful or dominant. This is a nadir shot or impossible shot taken from an angle that is impossible for the human eyes, such as direct view from the mouth to the dentist. The first picture.
Wow.
It's impossible, you know.
Uh-huh.
Worm's eye view shot.
Oh.
I think the teacher, I love this shot because it's warm, like the last class.
Yes.
It's similar to the Nader shot. This angle is taken from the ground upwards, but the camera is tilted to show more of the ground than the sky. Bird's eye view shot. Do you know this guy?
Yes. Jon Snow.
Yes. Taken from above downwards with the camera directly over the subject or object, provides an aerial view and can highlight the special arrangement of elements in the scene. Subjective shot shows the perspective of the character, as if we were seeing through their eyes, used to involve the viewer more intimately in the action.
Wow.
Do you know these movies?
The first one not, but the second yes.
The first one
No.
is by Tarantino.
Okay.
And
But
the
what is
second
the
one?
name? The second
The
one
second
is
one is
Bastard.
Bastard Without
Bastard
Glory.
without glory.
Bastard
Glory is
Glorious.
Bastard.
Bastard in glory.
Glorious Bastard.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a very, very good movie.
The
Yes,
shot
yes.
is
It's a
like
good movie.
the perspective of the character.
Okay.
This one. That is this Dutch angle shot is
Misión Imposible.
inclined.
Uh-huh.
You know,
No?
No.
yes, it's impossible mission.
Oh, yes. Lo reconozco. I know him. It's my crush.
Everyone's.
Yeah.
Dutch.
She recognized
Camera
the Tom
tilted.
Cruise, but
Yeah.
no Mr. Pickles.
No.
The camera tilted to one side, creating a sense of tension or imbalance in the scene. For example, when the character is under drug, for example, or suffer a shock, this camera is useful. Establishing shot shows a group of people or objects that are related to each other, used to highlight the interaction between elements in the scene. Key kinematic component and narrative techniques. This is a few tools, okay? Lighting not only set the mood and atmosphere of a scene, but also serves as a narrative technique, strategically used to highlight a specific element and evoke certain emotions within the audience. Color. Behind its visual appeal, color in cinematography is a powerful narrative tool, often employed to symbolize themes, emotion, or character development throughout the film.
Okay, yeah.
Composition is a few examples. There is many examples. Composition, the arrangement of visual elements within the frame not only creates aesthetical pleasing shot, but also contribute to storytelling. Techniques such as framing and visual symbolism help convey meaning and reinforce the narrative. Editing. Editing techniques such as montage and parallel editing shape the pacing and rhythm of the narrative, guiding the viewer's attention and enhance the emotional impact of key moments in the story. Sound. Sound design and editing are integral to narrative storytelling in film, as they can convey information, set the mood, and evoke emotion in the audience. Dialogue, music, and sound effects work together to immerse viewers in the world of the story. Acting is very important. The acting. You know this movie, Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Okay, yeah.
This is Tarantino
Yeah,
and
Tarantino.
Kill Bill. Acting. Through nuanced performance, actors breathe life into the character and drive the narrative forward. Their ability to convey emotions and portray believable relationships is essential for audience engagement and investment in the story. Art direction. From set design to costume and props, every visual aspect of a film contributes to the narrative. Art direction helps establish the world of the story, convey character traits, and reinforce thematic elements.
I like that movie.
Script.
Yeah.
The script begins like this, and at the final and finish like this. The script serves the blueprint for the narrative structure of the film, dictating the flow of events, character arcs, and thematics exploration. A well-crafted script lays the foundation for a compelling story that resonates with audience. Direction. The director's creative vision and storytelling decision shape the overall narrative of the film. Through visual style, pacing, and performance direction, the director guides the audience through the story and brings it to life on screen. Camera movement. Dynamic camera movements such as tracking shot and crane shot can enhance storytelling by providing different perspective, creating tension, and highlighting key moments in the narrative. Cinema and camera movement, another layer of visual information. You know, when the camera is moved, is translate. No me,
Okay.
no me salen los controles. Sorry.
Ah, there it is.
Sorry.
Mm,
Don't worry, Danny.
Thank you.
Maybe with your hand, just can make like this.
Okay. Sequence and visual narrative. Film and comics use image sequence to build a visual narrative. How panels are organized in comic to creative visual flow and rhythm, as well as how image sequence are assembled in film to create tension, emotion, and narrative coherence. The traveling. This movement involves moving the camera from one place to another, either lateral traveling, forward or backward, dolly traveling, or even in diagonal movement. Traveling is used to follow character, explore an environment, or create a sense of movement in the scene. Pan involves rotating the camera horizontally on its tripod or base. It used to explore a space or follow the movement of character, as well as to highlight the spatial relationship between different elements on the scene. Tilt, similar to painting, but in this case the camera moves vertically up or down. It uses to focus attention on high or low objects, as well as to create a sense of vertically in the scene. Zoom. This involves changing the camera's focal length to zoom in or out of the image without physically moving the camera. It's used to focus attention on a specific detail of the scene or to create dramatic visual effects. Steadicam, a technique that uses a camera stabilizer mounted on a harness to achieve smooth and stable movement while the camera operator moves on foot. Steadicam is used to follow character and create a sense of immersion and fluidity in the scene. Crane or boom involves using a crane or extendable arm to lift the camera above the ground and move it in different directions. It used to capture an aerial shot, follow the movement of character from above, or create impressive visual effects. Handheld. This filming style involves holding the camera directly in the hands of the operator without using a tripod or stabilizer. It used to create a sense of realism, immediacy, and vertigo in the scene. Dolly zoom, also known as the Hitchcock effect, vertigo zoom, or reto zoom. This movement combines the lens zoom with a camera movement in the opposite direction. The result is a visual effect that distorts perspective and creates a sense of vertigo or disorientation in the viewer.
Mm.
I want to show you an example. In my last job, we
Okay.
have um, we have an e-learning. This is the context. We we have we have work in e-learning. This is for mining, extraction mining copper in Chile, and he learned RCP, CPR in English,
Wow.
but you need practice the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the context. This is the context. But I want to show you the test. Please see the camera moves. The camera, okay, it's an accident,
Oh my
and
god.
the camera move
Okay.
for the question in the test.
Okay.
Wow.
And this is a traveling. Aquí viene un efecto Hitchcock. ¿Lo ves? Ahí.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a retrosum o Hitchcock effect. Aquí viene otro movimiento, other moves. Follow the character.
Mm-hmm.
This is e-learning, but use the same techniques, you know?
Wow.
Atento sala de primeros auxilios. Tengo un paciente en paro cardiorrespiratorio en sector patio auxiliar. Solicito apoyo para reanimación. Por favor, traer DEA.
Copiado. Vamos en camino. Comienza en reanimación.
So the camera movements improve the sequence.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
And story structure. It's many. This is the mainly structure. Circular or cyclical structure. The choice of story structure depends on various factors, including the type of story you want to tell, your target audience, and your personal creative style. Below are some popular story structure and when they might be suitable.
Story structure. Okay.
This one. Circular or cycle structure. This structure is ideal for a story with recurring themes or tale that come full cycle. It can be particularly effective in literary fiction and philosophical narrative. Do you know these movies? The first
Benjamin
one is
Button.
Memento. The
Mm,
second one is the Benjamin Button.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's an story, circular story.
Okay. Memento.
No linear structure. You know this picture, this movie,
Yes. Yes.
and the other?
Yes. Recuerdos de una mente.
Exactly. Good,
Yeah, it's a
good
very good
one.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
allows for experimentation and challenge traditional narrative convention. It's suitable for a story where timelines are fragmented and information is gradually revealed to generate intrigue and suspense.
No linear structure. Okay.
Episodic or serial structure.
Mm.
Used to create a long-running series or a story with multiple interconnected arcs. It allows flexibility in storytelling and can keep the audience engaged long-term.
Mm.
Three-act structure. A versatile structure suitable for wide range of genres, from drama to comedy and action. It's ideal for stories that have a clear beginning, middle, and end with well-defined turning point.
Run, Forest, run.
It's a good movie, but
Yeah.
it's in 3-act structure.
3 act
Mm.
okay.
This is the most famous structure, the hero's journey.
Hero's
Do you
journey.
know the hero's journey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can be used to tell a story of personal growth, transformation, and adventure. It's worked well for epic tales, fantasy, and science fiction, but can also be adapted to other genres.
Matrix.
Yeah.
And the anti-hero's journey too is the
Oh
same, but
yeah.
with anti-hero. Do you know these movies?
Yeah.
Yes, Breaking Bad.
The Good
Taxi,
Father, The Fight
taxi,
Club,
taxi
Taxi
driver.
Driver, and
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
You had to put there the Joker.
Would you like to tell about this structure?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The archetypal hero's journey is divided in 4 parts. The first part is called to adventure or the call. As the story begins, the hero is in the ordinary world, usually their home or natural habitat. Conflict arises in their everyday life, calling the hero to adventure, where they are invited to leave their familiar world in search of something. They may initially refuse the call, but eventually depart, knowing that something important is at stake and rejecting the call is simply not an option.
Mm.
Trial or supreme ordeal or initiation. Once the hero decides to leave the normal world to venture into the unknown and has officially begun their mysterious adventure, they will encounter a mentor figure, a companion in some genres, and together they will cross the first threshold. This is the point where turning back is not an option. Unification or transformation. Having overcome the initial obstacles in this part of the heroic cycle, the hero and their allies reach the approach. Here, they will prepare the greatest challenge in this new or special world. During the approach, the hero undergoes a severe ordeal, testing them to the point of being on the brink of death. Their wasted fear in something exposed, and from the terrible experience emerge a new life or rebirth for the hero. This transformation is the final separation from their old life to their new life.
Mm.
Return journey or hero's return. This is the fourth part, is the last part. Once the hero achieves their goal and gains the reward, the hero and their companions embark on the rollback. The hero wants to complete the adventure and return to their ordinary world with their treasure. This stage is often known as resurrection or atonement. Examples of the hero's journey that show the stage of atonement often highlight the protagonist's inner turmoil and the difficult decision they must make to reconcile with their past and fully accept their heroic destiny. The hero becomes one with themselves. When the hero crosses the threshold, returning from the unknown to their ordinary world, the reader reaches the climax of the story. Here, the hero is tested one last time. This test is an attempt to undo their previous accomplishment. At this point, the hero has completed the cycle, and the main conflict at the beginning of the journey finally resolves. Upon returning home, the hero will resume life in their original world, and things return to normalcy.
Mm. The Lord of
Oh,
the Rings.
de verdad se me va a acabar la batería. 50%. 15.
Oh, 15? Okay, you can do
Okay,
it.
this is the last part.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead, no worries.
the final part. Maybe the most important part.
Mm.
Exploring digital narratives, transmedia and immersive narrative. Transmedia narrative redefines storytelling by extending it across various platforms such as film, books, video game, and social media. To sum up, ethics and responsibility in digital narrative. Digital narrative present significant ethical challenge in terms of character representation, sensitive themes, and their impact on society.
Mm.
Immersive learning experience in eLearning, integrating visual narrative into the design of online learning experience offer a more engaging and effective approach to education. Story structure in eLearning, applying recognized narrative structures such as the hero's journey or the three-act structure in the design of online course provide a coherent and engaging framework for delivering education content. Virtual reality, virtual reality and augmented reality technologies in learning, integrating technology like virtual reality and augmented reality into learning expands the possibility of creating more interactive and mindful learning experience.
Mm.
I'm going too fast. Interactive narrative in video games gives players an active role in shaping the story, increasing their engagement and emotional investment in the game.
Mm.
Narrative elements and virtual worlds in video games. Video games employ a variety of narrative elements such as cinematic scene, dialogue, and voice-over narration to build rich and immersive virtual worlds.
Mhm.
Examples of video game as case studies by analyzing renowned video games like The Last of Us and Halo, one can better identify and understand the underlying narrative and design concept in these games. These practical examples illustrate how narrative techniques are applied in practice and how they influence the player experience, providing valuable lessons for future developers and digital content creators.
Mm.
Thanks. Thank you for your attention and engagement during this presentation.
Ah, very
Oh,
good,
I
Danny. You did
like
it perfect.
really,
Yeah.
really.
I love
Thanks.
it. It was
I'm
really
finished.
good presentation. Okay,
Yeah.